So President Biden last Thursday got through the address in a good way for him and his party, not for America. It was not a State of the Union address. It was a campaign speech. And he got through it. And we know that because immediately afterward, in about 24 hours after, $10 million rolled in to the Democrats. All right. So the Democratic stalwarts were happy with Biden's presentation. I got a bunch of email from liberal acquaintances, and they were very happy with what Joe Biden did because it gave the Democrats hope. If he had faltered, as I analyzed last week, then it would have been over. But Biden got through it. Now, did he get through it with style? No. He was far too aggressive, far too partisan, didn't admit any mistakes, which is almost impossible to believe, but he didn't. Okay, because he was playing to his own party. He wasn't talking to people in the Republican Party or independents. He was talking to Democrats. And he was going, look, I can do this. I can handle this. I got this, is the cliche. Okay, so it was stunning, but Mr. Biden believes in his heart that he is a fantastic president, that he's one of the greatest presidents this country has ever seen. He believes that. And nobody's going to change his opinion. And his wife believes it. And the sycophants around him in the White House, they don't believe it, but they say it. And the press props him up. But in his own mind, Joe Biden thinks he is the greatest president. Jimmy Carter did too, interestingly enough. There were very few failures as presidents who thought they were failures. Right? Herbert Hoover didn't think he was a failure. I basically go, whoa. All right, so it's important you know the mindset that he was in. Again, he did not make any mistakes whatsoever. No humility, none. And I wrote in my column on Sunday, what does Joe Biden and Donald Trump, what do Joe Biden and Donald Trump have in common? Neither one of them will admit a mistake ever. And that is the truth. I'll read a letter later on that scolds me for saying that, but I say the truth. Now, the most interesting part of this State of the Union address, which was almost entirely propaganda and socialism, and it was socialism, I'll get to that, was when Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican, began heckling the president. Go.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals?
Appalling. But not for the reason you might think. He doesn't know who Lincoln Riley is. All right, and that goes back to the fact that he cannot absorb information. Joe Biden. He doesn't really know who she is. Right? It's not a real thing to him. So it's Lincoln Riley because he heard something somewhere. That's number one. He makes the mistake of calling undocumented aliens illegal. Okay. Because he doesn't understand that the woke culture has now banished the words illegal alien. Doesn't quite get that. All right? Because they didn't tell him that before he went to the speech. But the worst thing is this statement from him. By an illegal, that's right. But how many thousands of people are being killed by legals? That means by Americans. This is fifth grade stuff. Pointing to other bad behavior to justify your bad behavior or whatever you want to do. Now, I've said this, 1,000 times? You don't justify bad behavior by pointing to other bad behavior. That's fifth grade stuff. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.